Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week. Traditions and customs fly high as the organization, the Wyoming Trail Council of Pennsylvania's Native Americans, held the powwow on July 19th and 20th at Camp Ronawani's in Drums. The event showcased Native traditions with a variety of dances. Those of many tribes constituted their methods of both ancient and modern-day dance. These dances did not come complete without the beautiful regalia. The event included vendors for food and ones for selling customary items such as dream catchers, knives, jewelry, and more, including a petting zoo. We spoke with the event's master of ceremonies, Barry Lee, who gave us more insight on what the powwow is all about.
It's a powwow, it's a social gathering. And powwows are basically three main ingredients. And the three main ingredients are the vendors, of which there are several here. You can take a look at them. And they're of a variety of things to sell. And the unique thing about powwows, at these kind of events, is many times the person who actually made it is the one who's standing in front of you. It's something you will not get at a mall. For instance, Raven, right over here at this stand here, she makes what is there. Duke collects knives. There's glass beads for people who are going to do crafting and do the beadwork. So as you go around and look at all the vendors, again, some of it will obviously be store-bought or imported, but much of it will also be handmade. Dancers, they'll be along come 12 o'clock is when we have grand entry. That's for dancers in regalia. And please understand, it's not a costume. Regalia is basically clothing to identify who you are. Like what I am wearing right now is not regalia. I'm wearing a simple cowboy shirt. This is not regalia.
We also spoke with an event participant, Maria Lloyd, who described her business, Mabaco.
My complete brand is Mavaco. Is represent my name and my middle native last name, and this is more Mavaco is about like I said before, is the evolution of the native fashion, and it's Mavaco, and all the shoes that I do in my company is targeting pain, back pain, knee pain, but the most important is all natural ingredients: rice shells, sap of the rubber plant, pumpkin seeds, cantaloupe seeds, all and orange peels, and recycled clothing.
Maria is an artistic designer, having her own line of products at her gallery in Jim Thorpe. She has a website and social media pages.
With teaching the kids mostly how to recycle, upcycle, repurpose, and don't throw natural stuff, don't damage the nature, just repurpose so we could maintain natural, the natural world life.
The powwow is specifically set for tribes of any kind, with proceeds going towards and benefiting Camp Ronawani's. The run is on, rain or shine, as Helping Hand Society is proud to kick off the 39th annual Chips Trot and Brew. The Trot and Brew is an annual charitable run, and this year is being held in memory of Rocco Colangelo Sr. and Jr. We spoke with Helping Hand Society Marketing Coordinator Angela Ciano DeCola about what the Trot and Brew is all about, where it is, and what it is benefiting.
Yeah, so we have our 39th annual Trot and Brew on August 16th at 11 a.m. at the CVCO Rec Center in Cunningham, PA. It'll be benefiting the CHIPS Committee as well as the Helping Hand Society. And this year it will be a 1.5 mile novelty race with 7 stops.
The Committee to Help Handicapped Infants and Parents Succeed, also known as CHIPS, is a fundraiser for covering therapeutic service costs for handicapped infants and children who reside in the established area and who is also being benefited from Trot and Brew. We also spoke with Josh Youngcourt about how the CHIPS Committee is associated.
Every year we pledge $20,000 to Helping Hands for their early childhood development and infant stimulation programs.
Trot and Brew is happy to present this year's new shirts.
So we do have t-shirts for sale. We're selling them at the Helping Hand Society, and we're selling them day of.
The event is expected to include some interesting activities this year. The 7 stops include more than just a quick break.
Yeah, so we'll be having tricky trays this year. We'll be having 50-50 tickets for sale. As I said previously, we'll be having our 7 stops, which we have Valley Vets, Brass Buckle, Cunningham Brewing Company, the Chiropractic Associates of Lehigh Valley, Full Clips, Cousin Joe's, and the Trusco Hosey this year.
The money being raised is specifically meant to stay within and help the community, further showing everyone's contribution and how well it works.
All our money stays in our community. It doesn't go outside the community as compared to any other organization. You could actually see your bang for your buck, your dollars, and just a great day out in the Cunningham Valley to walk. A lot of people walk the race. They don't run the race. We may have 98% of the people that actually just walk it. And they'll walk with their family and friends and have a good time. Through the valley, you just walk up to a location, have a little shot of beer, and you walk up to the next one, have a little shot, and you compete the race like that. It's a great fundraiser.
The 39th Annual Tron Brew is to be held on 11 a.m. Saturday, August 16th at the CVCO Recreation Center at 1 Goulds Way, Conningham, Pennsylvania. Brian Kohberger, the individual accused of murdering 4 students of the University of Idaho in late 2022, pleaded guilty earlier this July. Kohberger was arrested in Pennsylvania 6 weeks after the murders. Because of his plea deal, prosecutors agreed on no execution, so he will serve 4 life sentences. Kohberger is being given a chance to speak at the sentencing, along with the victims of his families, who expressed mixed feelings on his declared punishment. Kohberger's motivation for what happened remains unknown. His trial is set to start next month. Hershey is planning to raise candy prices, citing record-high cocoa costs. The company informed retailers last week that consumers can expect a price jump in the double digits. This increase not only affects prices, but also involves reducing the size or quantity of candy in each package. In recent years, cocoa prices have soared due to weather issues and crop disease in many top-producing countries. Hershey says this specific price increase is not tariff-related, and the company has requested the government apply a tariff exemption to cocoa. Ricketts Glen State Park has reopened its popular swimming area at Lake Jean after recent water tests showed safe conditions. The beach had been closed since last Thursday due to elevated bacteria levels detected during a routine test. Park officials confirmed that the new samples have met safety standards, allowing the area to welcome swimmers once again. Ricketts Glen, located in northeastern Pennsylvania, is a well-known destination for hiking, camping, and swimming. The park's Lake Jean is a favorite summer spot for locals and visitors alike. Churchgoers feel it is time to guide children on a majestic journey to explore the importance of Bible study. Children of different ages are set to learn about Scripture, faith, and building strong friendships at Vacation Bible School, a Bible study program for kids with particular fun themes. The theme of this year's Vacation Bible School is True North, as children will go on an Alaskan adventure with beautiful glaciers, tall mountains, and the Northern Lights. According to church leaders, the Vacation Bible Study being assisted by at least 200 volunteers and having hundreds of kids taught great lessons makes it their biggest public event. The goal of teaching the children is working out positively, and according to the pastor Josh Coldren, the program is about pointing out the importance of having God in their lives and making an environment to give young minds hope. The event has been active the whole summer so far, with this one in particular starting last Monday, July 21st to Friday, July 25th at the Cross Creek Community Church. It will not be over, as the Vacation Bible School will move to the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church from Monday, August 4th to Friday, August 8th. The program is free and open to the public. Coming up on WYLN News, we check in with PA State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's Weekly Update. Plus, WYLN historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Williamsport Part 4. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health, investing in your well-being and building healthier communities, because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Laura Rivera had headaches and dizzy spells. Her soccer star Lucy was out of alignment from playing sports. Stay tuned and see how chiropractic can help both of them.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Hello, this is State Representative Dane Watrow with news on a new law to honor Pennsylvania fallen first responders. Every day, first responders risk their own safety to ensure our communities are protected. Thanks to Act 11 of 2024, the Commonwealth now has a program to recognize those first responders who made the ultimate sacrifices while performing their duties. The Act created the Keystone First Responder Award to honor public servants who were either killed or suffered a career-ending injury in the line of duty from 2021 forward. Under the new law, a special committee will provide a list of potential recipients to the governor, who will then choose the honorees and present the award annually at the end of September. By honoring fallen first responders with this award, we'll remember their bravery and dedication, ensure their supreme sacrifice is not forgotten for generations to come, and support their families and colleagues. Until next time, this is State Representative Dane Watrow. Thank you.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined here with Dr. John. Dr. John, how's it going?
Hey Ryan, I'm very appreciative of you making time to come to my office.
You know I love it. It's one of the favorite parts of my month. So we're going to talk about how to handle stress today because, you know, things get very stressful very quickly.
You know, folks, as a chiropractor, and I'm sure any doctor can say this, every day, many people will share their hearts with me, what stress they're going through. It might be job-related or family-related, financial stress. So one thing I tell everybody, de-escalate the situation. I think many people, Ryan, our brains are programmed from the stresses of life to sort of overcompensate. We're too quick to argue, too quick to respond. So I always tell people, hold your tongue, Think about how you're going to respond, let's say to your friend. De-escalate the situation. Adjustments reduce stress, going for walks, getting massages, prayer. But one thing I've learned, Ryan, when people come in and say, John, I'm at the bottom of my rope, stress is killing me. I remind them, God doesn't tell us be strong. He says, draw close to me. And when I get closer to God, Ryan, I can overcome any stress in my life. When I get away from God, the stress breaks me down. So there are a lot of little things to do to combat the stresses of life.
Yep, some very helpful advice here today on how to handle stress. And we will see you next time on Feel Good Friday. Have a good one.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
While Sylvandale Park closed to Williamsporters at the beginning of the 1930s, other amusement parks in the area would fill its void. One was Max M. Brown Memorial Park, which was opened in 1924. The land for it had been donated by Standard Woodpipe Company President Jacob C. Brown, and the park was named in honor of his late brother. The park featured its own roller coaster, and other rides included a Ferris wheel, whip ride, and bumper cars. A baseball diamond was added in 1926, and other non-ride amenities would include a dance hall, skating rink, tennis courts, and a swimming beach. Memorial Park also featured a zoo from the late 20s until it was destroyed in a fire in 1936. While the rides have since been removed, Memorial Park is still in use as a municipal park today, for Williamsport complete with its own pool. Another Williamsport area amusement park would open along Lycoming Creek on August 8, 1931. It was owned and operated by sisters Beatrice, Henrietta, and Victory Baumgart, who had previously owned a roller skating rink at Sunbury's Island Park. A contest was held to name the new park, and the winning entry of Sunset Park was given by 15-year-old Ruth Sadler of Williamsport's Newberry section and 9-year-old Betty Bratzler of Montgomery. Both girls split a $50 prize. The opening festivities of the park including a hot air balloon demonstration, an orchestra, and fireworks, as well as parachute jumps all week by Miss North Carolina Patricia Holderness. Guests to Sunset Park could ride numerous attractions, from an airplane ride to a carousel to a whip to a Ferris wheel. A 2,000-foot-long beach, skating rink, and picnic pavilions were also on the property. Numerous famous band leaders would play shows at the park over the years, from Ozzie Nelson to Benny Goodman to Guy Lombardo. Sunset Park closed in the early 1950s, and a Wise store stands on the property today. Living along the Susquehanna's West Branch always put Williamsport residents at the mercy of the river during floods. And one of the worst in the city's history struck on March 17th and March 18th, 1936. 4 inches of rain fell throughout the state after a quick warm-up, which quickly melted a heavy snowpack in the Williamsport area. The waters rose to nearly 34 feet and inundated 70% of the city, knocking out power. The only remaining connection to the outside world during this time was a WRAK radio, which was able to stay on the air by continued use of emergency car batteries. The station coordinated with Al Glaze, who transmitted from them via shortwave radio from his house on High Street above the floodwaters. Locally, the flood became known as the Hello Al flood from Glaze's signature while sending messages about the whereabouts of flood victims that had come to him to report their status. In the aftermath of the flood, Williamsport would build a higher levee on the river to prevent similar damage from happening again. Calm permeated the nation in the ensuing years, even as storm clouds broke elsewhere around the world. Hawaii seemed as far away from the fighting as possible from those there. Among those there on December 7, 1941 was Joe Lockard, who had been born in Williamsport in 1922. He had been assigned to operate the radar installation at Opana Point with trainee George Elliott. The two men arrived for their shift around 7 a.m. that morning. No sooner had they turned on the radar than a massive blip appeared on the screen, bigger than anything Lockard had ever seen before. Lockard and Elliott plotted the blip outward and determined it was about 137 miles from Hawaii. Lockard grabbed the phone and called around to Port Shafter, only to find the switchboard staff was out to breakfast. Finally, he was able to get through to Lieutenant Kermit Tyler on the line. Tyler, however, told Lockard not to worry, believing the blip to be a squadron of B-17s that were scheduled to arrive at Pearl Harbor later that day. Lockard and Elliott continued with their shift, leaving the installation at 8 o'clock for breakfast. It was then that they saw black smoke rising over the island. Far from being B-17s, the blips were in fact Japanese Kate and Val bombers, and Pearl Harbor had been their target. Over 2,000 people would die in the attack that might have been blunted if Lockard's warning had been taken more seriously. Following the attack, Joe Lockard would continue working radar throughout the subsequent war in the Aleutians. After the war, he worked for the Pennsylvania Railroad, Sylvania Electric, and AMP Incorporated until his retirement in 1986. Joe Lockard died in 2012 and rests today in Harrisburg's Blue Ridge Memorial Gardens. Minor League Baseball has been a fixture in Williamsport for decades. The Williamsport Grays began play in the New York Penn League in 1923, which would eventually evolve into today's Class AA Eastern League in 1938. 3 years later, the franchise moved into historic Bowman Field when it first opened. The team would be renamed the Williamsport Tigers in 1946 when the Detroit Tigers gained affiliation with the team, and again to the Williamsport Athletics in 1953 when the then Philadelphia A's took over, before reverting back to the Grays name in 1954. This team won league titles in 1923, 1934, and 1960. It shut down in 1962. The loss would be filled 2 years later when the Williamsport Mets came to town. Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan pitched for the Mets, as did future ace New York Mets pitcher Jerry Koosman. The franchise dropped down to the Class A short-season New York Penn League in 1968, at which point its affiliation switched to the Houston Astros, as too did the team's nickname. It switched again to the Boston Red Sox in 1971 before the team folded a year later. Eastern League Baseball returned to Williamsport in 1987 when the Williamsport Bills were formed. They would stay in Williamsport through 1991 before moving to Binghamton, and would be affiliated with the then Cleveland Indians, Seattle Mariners, and New York Mets during that time. One of the most unusual moments in the history of organized baseball took place in August 1987 in a game against the Reading Phillies. Bills catcher Dave Bresnahan secretly switched gloves with a Reading runner on third, with the new glove containing a peeled potato. After the next pitch was thrown, Bresnahan threw the potato past third base, enticing the runner to sprint home, where Bresnahan tagged him out with the actual ball. Furious at the attempted deception, the umpire gave the runner the score, and the Eastern League banned Bresnahan for his actions. Williamsport fans, in contrast, approved of Bresnahan's ingenuity and retired his number years later. After a 2-year hiatus, minor league ball came back again to Williamsport in 1993 when the Geneva Cubs and the New York Penn League relocated to Lycoming County. After 5 seasons as the Williamsport Cubs, The team was rebranded to the Williamsport Crosscutters when the Pittsburgh Pirates took over the team. Under the Pirates' ownership, the Crosscutters won league titles in 2001 and 2003. The Philadelphia Phillies assumed control of the Crosscutters in 2006 and were the organization's parent club until the New York Penn League was disbanded following a major reorganization of the minor leagues in 2020. The Crosscutters moved to the new MLB Draft League with several other former New York Penn League teams and remain there today as beacons of Williamsport's baseball history.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.